I personally, so I don't know I don't know so what exactly are we talking about now? Like, is it worth it? Why do I charge $1,000 for a course rather than Udemy charging $10? Or what are we talking? What do you want to talk about? Because you brought up a few things.
Spencer, design the next question. I'm going to hit these super chats real quick. The check mark on his order form obviously makes everything okay. Cristani is no professor. God, this is mean.
I dropped out of college. Yeah, I'm no professor.
He tries to spin his BS as education. Sorry. Let's keep it light, guys. If you believe in your course so much,
I checked the chat. They're not light, but
why not take a percentage instead of a one-time fee? Even 1% would earn you more return over the course of a year at $10K a month. Okay, that's Cameron Glenn. This guy's saying basically, have you ever thought of taking an income based on what that person's projected earnings? Which if these people are making millions of dollars would still net you a great income. That's an interesting point. And then do you want to address that real quick before I hit this next one, or should I just go through them? That's
a common thing you hear as kind of like a guru or a teacher. What's interesting is there are actually some new schools that are coming out. There's like a whole like venture capital fund which is testing out the model of paying for people's education 100% and then making the money back by garnishing their income. The problem with garnishing somebody's income is that I don't know how you can legally do that. I don't think there's a legal way where I can say, okay, anybody who has gone through my course, who does anything related to marketing or who gets stuff related from my course, I'm going to garnish their income or the part of their income for the next 10 years based off of what they learn from me. Nor do I think that's fair necessarily. I think you pay for education, you don't get your income garnished. I just don't know of a way with the government of where you can actually create a legal agreement. I mean, it's an interesting question. But I don't actually know of any like software or tool or legal agreement where I could legally, anybody who purchases my course, I'm garnishing their income for the next 10 years, because that I have tens of thousands of students. So that would be kind of cool, but I just don't know of a way.
Okay. Zach Adams.
And I you don't, and anybody who wants to say, oh, just trust me, bro, I'll PayPal you.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
My money, that we all know that would never actually work. So.
All right. Zach Adams says, as I recall in his previous videos, CoffeeZilla has actually advocated for trade technical schools as a cost-effective alternative to college. That's true. Thank you, Zach. New hack every week. Yo, CoffeeZilla, have me on soon, sometime soon, mate. I'm a ClickFunnels 2 legit, not from selling courses, but recently gave in and made a course. I'm also a university lecturer that never went myself and think it's a big time scam. I would love to have you on. Why don't you hit me up in my business email? Matten says, thanks CoffeeZilla for whatever. I'm not going to read the ones that are rude to, you guys can say what you want.
I want to address one point real quick. I'm going to link to this in my, people are like, why am I not in like a super fancy ass house and whatnot? First off, I don't believe in spending needless money. Second off, my house burned down. You fucking assholes. My house burned down. I have 2 acres in Malibu, and my house burned down last year in the fires. We're in the process of rebuilding. So yeah.
Press F's in chat, boys. That honestly sucks. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I'm in a rental. It's it's like 4-bedroom house. I have 2 kids, but yeah, it doesn't have glass. It doesn't have like floor to ceiling glass windows and like a view over the house. You can see my old property if you look at the video I posted in the chat, or if you go to my channel. We have a pretty sick property. We have a horse ranch, so we have like a horse arena and all the blah blah blah. But yeah, my house burned down, so that's why I'm not in anything fancy. Plus,
you don't have to justify the fact you make a ton of money with like a nice house.
but the other thing is like that's all bullshit. Is the fact that you have to actually look. That people say this to me. Oh, why don't you like wear a suit more often and all this stuff? That's such a bullshit image of people being rich, boss in the Bentley. You know what? It's bullshit. Most millionaires actually drive trucks. If you look at it, Warren Buffett drives the same like Toyota Tacoma he's been driving for the last 30 years. It's not about looking fancy. I mean, this is a John Varvatos, the sweater, but it doesn't look fancy. I'm not out there to try to be super flashy. The point of money is not to be flashy or fancy. It's just to be yourself. I have Lamborghinis in my ads because that's what people want to see. But it's that's marketing, right? I'm a marketer. But again, normal people, you don't buy into that. And also, if you're looking for people that are always I just think it's all bullshit. Sorry, I just want to address that.
No, I think it's valuable. I want to hit this up too because we got a nice super chat for you here. Lastly, I appreciate you coming on the show, John. I like debating, and I do respect the fact you came on. That's from Cameron Glenn. And I want to emphasize that, guys. This is not supposed to be like a big roast fest because ultimately the goal here is to get more people talking, more gurus on the show. John just has the balls to come on, even though he knows it's going to be kind of a tough crowd. So seriously, I tip my hat to you for reaching out. You reached out, and I appreciate it because it's kind of a little rough out there, in the chats right now.
I've checked the chat every once in a while. I see.
And going back to the debate, I do actually have a quick question, and then we'll wrap up kind of our refund point of this because I think we've hit that point enough. This one's for Steven, actually. So we talked about earlier, you showed John's kind of his landing page and his headline and his subheadline and all of that. And, obviously we don't have exact numbers and all of that, but hypothetically here, if we just make a number, let's say 1 out of 10 people that sign up for John's or anyone's programs get results. And that 1 out of 10 person makes the 10K that is in the headline. Does that justify it? Does that mean that he's allowed to say that? Even if the other 9 necessarily don't have that level of success, but have some level of success, whether they make money or, hey, you know what, maybe they buy this course, they learn a foundational level of business, and then they end up doing something else, just like you would in college, right, with your chemical engineering degree, how you didn't necessarily go down that path. What are your thoughts on that?